VCR, party live. VCR, party live. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they find. VCR, party live. VCR, party live. Melinda's.
Wow.
Well, hello, Melinda's.
Holy shit, what the fuck is going on?
Wow.
Jesus.
We are locked in our apartments, unable to get to our office, which, by the way, is filled with over 10,000 tapes. And
Yeah, maybe you heard.
yeah.
Almost 11,000.
So I'm Nick, this is Joe, and then we got Steve and George here.
George and Steve. This is weird, isn't it? Is this weird?
Oh, it's
It's very weird.
Yeah,
Extremely weird.
I think it's especially weird because Steve you don't normally get to see. Steve very rarely shows himself.
I like to be behind
And
the
then
camera.
George is in his creep cave. This is actually what George's house looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where you search
That
for
ultimate-
VIN numbers. And well, let me back up. If this happens to be the first episode that you're watching, we're doing it on Zoom because of the quarantine in New York City. And we've digitized some VHS tapes because our goal is to show you VHS tapes from our collection. So we're going to just see how this works. And we're pre-taping this one because none of us were confident enough in it to go live. So we're recording it the same day, but a few hours before, and then we'll post it at the normal time. And yeah, it is pretty
We're gonna
weird.
have Yeah, all sorts of fun things though today. Like we're all going to show our favorite internet videos of all time. We're going to play. We're still going to do show and tell. We're going to try and keep this as normal as possible. We have everything's on QuickTime videos. So I don't know. You want to dive in with a Found Footage Festival classic, Nick?
Let's dive in with a Found Footage Festival classic.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
Okay.
Oh, but I'm going to add two. Like booze wise, I'm running low, and I looked in my liquor cabinet, and I found a small bottle of absinthe from like 2011. Somebody gave me a bottle of absinthe for a Christmas present that I forgot about. So I might be drinking some absinthe. I'm a big absinthe guy, so
Right.
I just love absinthe. You're a real connoisseur.
You're an absinthe drunk.
Yeah.
All right.
that's me.
Well,
All right.
let's get into this classic. Basically, this is from Found Footage Festival Volume 4, which is one of our DVDs you can find at foundfootagefest.com. And I was thinking about this because everyone's talking about if the quarantine goes on for long, we're all just gonna have shaggy hair and not be able to cut it ourselves. And I thought to myself, I wish I had the Flowbee hair cutting system. Which you guys remember what that was?
Oh, of course. I remember
Yeah.
that commercial all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an attachment, like a clipper that you connected to your vacuum cleaner. And when you bought it, it came with a video. So we got the video. I don't even remember how I got this, but it was like one of our earliest finds. And it was like in the era where they would try to pretend that an infomercial or a how-to video was an actual show. So they called this the Flowbee Home Haircutting Show. And I loved the host, this guy, Brian Collins, the whitest guy in the world. So, all right.
What the haircut?
Old ladies can do it, kids can do it.
There's an old lady with
Guitar.
Hi, I'm Brian Collins, thanking
I'm
you
white.
for purchasing the Flowbee. Now you can get a
you.
professional precision haircut the fun and easy way with virtually no cleanup, as all the hair goes right up into your vacuum. Gary, it seems like with the Flowbee, you can do any kind of a cut imaginable. And of course, with kids these days, we're talking about any kind of a cut imaginable.
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about the Flowbee is that you can experiment, you can create.
God, kids are willing to do that these days. Not me. Right. Thanks again for purchasing the Flowbee Precision Home Haircutting System. Enjoy.
All right, I want to point something out.
You have one?
I don't know, but somebody on the internet today, because I posted a short version of this, said this might be the kid from the Kazoo video. It's called You, Me, and Kazoo. Same haircut, similar look. And George, this is an assignment for you.
All right, I mentioned on Twitter that I had the people at the Creep Lab working on this.
Okay,
Some of my
good.
best guys.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that video is when Brian Collins says, "Hello, I'm Brian Collins, thanking you for tuning into."
Right.
I'm currently thanking you.
Right. Yeah.
I remember
like
wanting one when I was a kid.
What?
I remember wanting one when I was a kid. I was trying to convince my parents, being like, we'll save so much money on haircuts.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's the bidet of haircutting, right? I mean, it pays for itself. Speaking of which, that's something I wanted to talk about.
Okay. Right.
About how I'm a pioneer of the bidet. So this is something we discussed more about a year ago, but I do have a bidet, and now the big toilet paper shortage is happening, and I'm looking like a goddamn genius right now, aren't I?
Oh, without a doubt.
We got you a bidet. Did you hook it up for this?
We do. So I am not staying at my apartment. So
Where are you?
I am in Pennsylvania. I'm staying at my brother-in-law's above his garage in an apartment there.
What? Oh, I didn't know that.
You will survive of all of us.
Yeah, I know.
I have
Tell
not had any
our
interactions.
story.
I'm getting the fuck out of New York as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Once I'm done with this quarantine bullshit, I'm getting out of here.
But anyway, back to bidets.
Yeah, so my anus has been sparkling, and I've trained myself, because normally I would use some toilet paper after I would use the bidet just to kind of soak it up, to like dry it off, because I didn't like walking with a damp anus.
Now you do.
And now I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, you've
Now I
learned to
realize
love.
that-
You've learned to love walking with a damp anus.
Exactly. That's
Great.
exactly.
I see
What
no
about you with
downside.
toilet paper? Nick, do you have toilet paper?
Yeah, plenty.
Where'd you get it?
At the local shop. There was I had Airbnbers in when I got back from England, and I needed to restock, and they didn't have any for a while. So I had one roll left, was getting a little concerned, but then the store had just a huge bounty of it the next day. So all good
George?
here.
I killed a guy, got his toilet paper, so I'm fine.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. You crawled out of your creep
Okay,
cave.
well, I reached my hand through that hole there,
Okay.
walking overhead.
I just finished watching The Outsider, and you're the guy from The Outsider, right? That's you, right?
Haven't
Okay.
seen it, but yes.
Okay.
All
Anyway,
right, let's do a little housekeeping. Because of we're trying this out. Hopefully it's working okay. But the new schedule now is on Tuesdays. We're going to be doing a VCR Party live episode via Zoom, as long as that works out. And if we can figure out how to do it live and we're confident about it, we'll do it that way. And then every Thursday night, we're going to shoot an EP mode episode. And what this is, if you don't know, if you back us on Patreon, and we could certainly use your help now with our tour getting canceled.
and the people, like, after we said it last week, people went on there and they pledged so much. So thank you so much for pledging all that extra Patreon money. That helps a lot.
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
been an enormous help, and it'll hopefully get us through September.
Very generous people out there.
It is very nice. And for those people who donated at the $10 and above level, we do every Thursday night at 9, we're going to post a new EP mode episode. These used to be monthly, but because we have nothing else going on, we're watching entire videos. And this week we're going to be watching Thursday at 9, how to have cybersex on the internet. I know a lot of people are cooped up, they're horny, and they've been putting off
You're
learning.
projecting right now. You're projecting.
No, I'm just stating the facts. And what they're looking to do, they've put off.
Let me ask you this. You've had sex with Cherry behind you, right? Cherry behind the chair behind you. You've had sex with the Cherry.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. During my house tour, I'll show you that. We'll get to that in a second. But anyway, so you've probably been, like, a lot of times you put off learning something until you absolutely have to know it. And so people probably have been putting off how to learn how to have cybersex on the internet until now. They're in a crisis mode. They need to learn how. we have a video called How to Have Cybersex on the Internet that we've never shown in its entirety. It's not available anywhere on the internet. We're going to watch it.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it. And just before we do that, though, Nick, if you were to have sex with the cherry chair behind you, how would you actually do it? Would you put your penis between the cushion and the base?
Consent first.
Huh?
Consent first.
Well, consent first. I mean, he owns Cherry, so Cherry. It's a sex
consent
slave.
First.
It's a sentient chair that talks, so I would have to ask. But if Cherry gave me permission, yeah, I would do whatever you suggested. Sure.
You cut a hole in it?
No, the first one.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so this is how to have what?
Go ahead. You have the clip that we're going to show.
All right, so this is how to have cybersex with Cherry on the internet. This is a video we've had. Scimitar put this out, actually. Scimitar, of course, is that company from a suburb of Minneapolis, distribution company that churned out videos left and right. Like they had their fingers on the pulse of fads. Like as soon as a new fad would come out, like cybersex or like BMX racing or like rollerblades or pogs or anything.
Yeah, how to play pogs is one of them.
They would immediately shit out a new video. And this one comes from 1997 and it's about cybersex. And
having it.
I don't know. It's what's that?
And having it on the internet.
And having it on the internet. It's a little redundant. It's how to have cybersex on the internet. And it's one of those videos, it's too sexy to be informational, but it's not. What's the best way to describe this?
It's not sexy enough to get the job done the other way. So.
Right, exactly. So you're not going to learn anything from it, and you're not going to get off on it.
Exactly. Let's play a little clip from that now.
All right, here
You'll see. We'll watch the duration of this. By the way, I'll explain it later.
All right, you seen it?
The first thing you want to do.
Okay, here we go.
Turn it down.
I put this clip on. This is just getting started. This is the first. There's no nudity on this part, so.
The thing you want to do is get a list of rooms. So you go to the square on your left that says list rooms. Click on that, and it'll bring up a list of all the rooms that you can go into.
Group sex.
Celebrity chat.
So
you just want to go to
realtime/net.com. Get a general idea of who's here, what's going on.
I want to back up and see what those other ones were in that other page.
I'd love to hear what everyone would click on.
Gonna get a general idea.
Oh, here we go. So under 30, entertainment rumors, new members, seduction junction, friends and lovers, just friends. Well, if I'm going on there for sexual reasons, I would probably do
seduction junction.
That's where I'd go.
Seduction junction. Yeah.
Entertainment rumors, because this was 97. I want to know what Greg Kinnear is up to.
Who's here? What's going on? Now let's see if we can find someone interested in having a little cybersex.
All right.
I'm gonna put.
Here's how you do it.
I'm very horny.
Off to a good start.
I'm in quarantine.
And I'm looking for some good.
Yeah, wait for it here. Wait.
Cybersex.
There we go.
Ah, okay.
Are you interested?
Okay. It's a little long-winded at this point, but.
Okay. And click send.
Mm-hmm.
And wait for a response.
Cybersex is really tedious, actually. This whole video is actually very tedious.
It still takes this long, and you do it the same way.
And he puts.
I think I edited that down to be
lots
slow.
of S's.
I think it was actually longer.
You did. I watched it.
5 pounds.
Yeah.
Petite.
Pet.
Pete.
Let's see.
Punctuation would be helpful.
34.
Yeah.
24. 36.
Is my locker combination.
Measurements.
And then she takes her shirt off.
Okay,
Yep.
so we got out just in time. What I was going to say is
exactly.
I watched the whole thing because I was digitizing it so we can watch it for the EP mode one on Thursday, and it gets pretty. It's not graphic in terms of all it shows is toplessness, but like the language gets pretty graphic. So it'll be interesting to navigate this one. I'm not confident we can post it on YouTube. It'll probably have to be a Vimeo because it's just lawlessness over at Vimeo. So
Yeah, it's a soft softcore video. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't. I don't think there's any humping scenes in it
No,
at all. It's just
no.
like I think there's one scene with, like, two women who are like topless and they're talking about the internet or they're talking
Yeah.
about cybersex.
They're doing
Chatting
the
with-
most. They're doing the most boring thing in the world. They're having a very slow dial-up connection and chatting with a guy, but they happen to be topless. It's the least sexy video you can imagine. But
Steve, George, can you do some research on this video? Like, find out who this woman is, or like, is this?
I'll
what do you
have
think?
her after quarantine's over. I'll have her in at the office.
Okay.
now,
Excellent.
George,
All right.
you're in a long-distance relationship. Do you ever go to realtime/net.com and do a little cyber
Group
sex?
sex. You know, a little group sex.
Oh, of course. I'm
You-
still a member of that bulletin board.
Okay, you and your girlfriend discuss entertainment rumors together.
I always put them 105 pounds, and I'm petite.
Right. Yep. Pat.
So that if anybody's looking
so-
for me, that's where I'll be.
So next week we're gonna do we're gonna do another quarantine classic. We did one last Saturday, and
It'll be this Saturday, right?
Yeah, this Saturday. I don't even
Yeah.
know what fucking day it is. I
Yeah,
really
it'll
don't.
be-
I'm not just
it'll be
saying it
this-
to be funny. I don't know what day it is. Tuesday.
Saturday nights at 9 p.m. are going to be the new quarantine classics, which are sort of offshoot of a VCR party where we just do whatever we want to do. So yeah, this week we got something planned.
Yeah, what are we doing? Oh, we're doing a welcome to my house. So you see behind here, you can kind of see my house. You can see all of our houses. What we're gonna do is, you remember that video, Brenda Dixon? She put out a video called "Welcome to My Home," and she walked around and she showed off her home.
Should I play that now?
Well, go ahead. Yeah, once you. Yeah, you
Just a
want to play
reminder.
it so we can see.
Yeah, so she was a soap opera star, and she put out this vanity project for her fans, I guess, and it was basically giving makeup tips, her exercise regimen. She showed off her little dog, and in this one, this is just a cut down of "Welcome to My Home." Can you see it?
Yep.
Well, hello, and welcome to my home. For those of you who have watched me
Caught
for
her by
11 and a half
surprise.
years on daytime television and written to me and asked, how do you look better today than you did 11 and a half years ago? This video is for you. I invite you into my home, where you'll meet my cat, my dog, come into my kitchen, my living room, even my closets. So let's take a look at the finished product. Well, hello. Welcome to my living room. Only through the magic of Hollywood. Do you like this gown? It's very dramatic.
So let's teleport into my closet and talk about fashion.
Whew,
was very
that was
enamored with special
exhausting.
effects.
So I thought I would slip into something a little more comfortable.
This green dress is one of my favorites. It's very sexy.
Is it?
The shoes are classic. You can wear them with almost anything. Notice the slit? Ostrich feathers, anyone? This is what I call originality in design.
Leather is always great. I wear a lot of it when I'm shopping and running around town, or when I'm riding my motorcycle. You can dress up a look by
What was funny
adding a
about
dressy accessory. Here I've added a fox draped over my shoulder. It's very dramatic. Well, hello.
Yeah.
I'd like you to meet my dog, Charles. Now,
My fox
he really is a very special part of my exercise. When I want to walk outside, I just take Charles for a brisk 30-minute walk, and he loves it. Don't you, Charles?
Please kill me.
Let me show you what I do on the bike. And I do, by the way, all of my exercises watching television, so I don't get bored. So come on, I'll show you how to lift weights.
There's Charles.
He hates working out. I'll see you in a minute.
So let's go into my kitchen.
Good morning. Meet my cat, Snow. I'm starving.
What's the sentence?
This is really good.
And that's "Welcome to My Home," a Starlight Forever. Brenda Dixon is executive producer. Are we going to get so go ahead, explain the idea.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to walk around our homes. We're going to do a, well, hello, Melinda's, and a welcome to our homes. And we're going to walk around. We're going to show things around our actual homes. I'm dying to know what George's home looks like.
Me
I
too.
really want to know. And here's the thing. I feel like I would want to go into the other person's home and explore their homes without them there, because I feel like you guys are going to censor everything except for Steve because he's in somebody else's home. So I don't know how he's going to
I can't wait to
like,
see your brother-in-law's attic tour. That's going to be great. Hi, and welcome to my brother-in-law's attic.
But like, Nick, I want to know what's like in your bedside drawer. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I want to see.
Just when the quarantine's over, I'll show you. I got nothing to hide. I have Airbnbers in here every week.
Oh, okay.
You're going to be shocked and amazed when you see my place. I really don't think you're going to believe it, but I'm going to walk in the front door and go room to room, and I'm not hiding anything.
You'll walk through the entrance of your cave to get in, and
yeah.
What?
Is it going to be boring, George? Is your welcome to my home going to be boring?
It's, only the viewer can decide, but, I feel like it's a win-win for me. If it's exciting, Nick will like it. If it's tedious, you'll like it.
Okay. So, all right.
Well, George, you know how Brenda Dixon does a lot of costume changes. I think I'd like to see some costume changes for you. We know you have your apartment's mostly costumes, I'm assuming. Oh.
Oh, sorry. That's my last hat. I tried to order a wizard hat off of Amazon to be the Smorcerer for this episode. And the Smorcerer is a defunct cereal that we watched a video about. But right. Amazon's not delivering any non-essential items until late April.
That seems essential to me.
Yeah, so that was I've put in a complaint.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking like your house is full of products from China, though, right? I mean, it's got to be, right?
Yeah. Well, you remember I was really, really, really sick from like the first 3 quarters of January. I'm thinking not, but there is a chance that I might be the locus for all of this.
Yes.
Maybe I returned a product to China.
Watch the show The Outsider on HBO. That's you.
Okay.
You're the outside. You're that guy. You're the bad guy.
El Cuco?
He's El Cuco. Yeah.
Okay. I'm the bad guy on this show too.
Yeah.
So in addition to doing
I look pale. I look pale, don't I?
It's all the absinthe.
We're all pale. Let's face it.
Okay.
So we're in addition to doing the Patreon specials and the bonus episodes that we're doing during the quarantine, we also have this thing. We haven't talked about it much, but we call it the Super Long Play Club, and it's like Netflix but for our content and our friends' content. And so it's a lot of VHS stuff, and we're just starting to post longer clips on there. So we're going to be adding new stuff to that each week. You can sign up. It's a subscription. It's like $6 a month. But during the quarantine until March 31st, you can use it for free. So you just try it out. And, if you don't like it, don't keep going. But we're continuing to add new stuff. And this week, we had a request to add the entire version of The Club. The Club is like a video that comes from Durham, North Carolina. And our friend Skip hooked us up with this, but it's a guy who finds a smooth piece of driftwood. It's just a stick, but he calls it the club. He makes it he's convinced that he's found a prehistoric weapon that's been used by cavemen. And he takes it around to the college, talks to a college professor about it. He takes it to the bar and just shows a bunch of barflies, and is convinced this is a prehistoric. He even makes a leather sheath to hold it, to protect it in. The whole version, apparently this is a 12-hour series. We have 3.5 hours of it. And I'm going to release it in installments on the Super Long Play Club starting this week. So you can go to foundfootagefest.com, sign up for the club, and just start streaming everything we've ever done.
And I remember when we were doing a show in North Carolina, and the bartender, we were in Asheville, where the bartender at the Gray Eagle said, he called me over, he's like, we used to watch the club on public access every single night, or whatever it was, like every single Tuesday night or something.
Yeah.
And I guess it was like a regular show on public access. Now, I don't know if this guy who owns the club put it up, or if somebody else found it and then they put it up. But
I think according to Skip, the guy he wanted to get the word out about this historic find.
Yeah. And when you watch this thing, it's like you're watching a first-person shooter game because you never see his face. Do you ever see his face? Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, you never do. In the 3.5 hours, you never see him.
But you just see a club in front of you, just like going back and forth.
Right. So it's your club when you watch it. You're the person going around.
Yes, exactly. It's like Tomb Raider, or not Tomb Raider. Doom or something. Yeah, but you just have a club the entire game.
All right, so here's a little taste of the club, but the whole version
is
going up.
This is a classic video. This is so good.
It's going up in installments on our Super Long Play Club.
This thing is simply amazing. But this thing's simple. I'm gonna take the club with me. Got the club right here.
I think you're being modest, George.
Pretty cool. But this thing is priceless. My hands are pretty clean. I ain't got my socks right now. Here it is. Here it is. I didn't go out hunting it. I didn't go out looking for it. I don't even hardly believe it's still myself, but right here it is. Let's go worldwide TV. Forget cable, forget national TV. Let's go worldwide satellite. It's a trip. That club's plumb awesome. It's plumb awesome.
I think that's my favorite video.
It's plumb awesome. What do you think about the club?
Here he's at the bar.
The club is an actual used weapon of some time, a period of time, another. Where did this come from?
Right, you can tell it's been held. I mean, it's obvious. Is it not?
I mean, it's obvious. I don't know where you play pool, but around here they won't let you use those. No problem.
Okay. You want to come back here and make a comment?
It can't be much more than 5, 6, 7 years old, man. You know, so it would slip off his hand.
Right, I'm talking about this right here. Wait a minute, what's on your hands, man? I got to be careful what's on your hands. Just last night I was documenting the boys around the pool table and all. And that one boy, he give it 6 or 7 years old. Hands are clean, I checked in. That boy trying to put his hands all over it last night.
That boy.
Told him to watch that, you know. Sitting here watching a wildlife picture. You might start thinking that this old boy ain't so crazy after all. There's them crazy stooges. Something about that club. Something about that old bat. This thing is just simply amazing. The thing is simply awesome. But this thing is just simply amazing. It is simply awesome. This thing is for real, I'm telling you. It's simply amazing. It is plumb simply awesome. It's simply, I can't get over that handle. It is plumb simply awesome. You know? Plumb simply awesome. Well, I look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to interviewing you. I can't wait to amaze your eyes. I'm serious.
That's the club. William is the guy's name.
His address at the end there too.
Yeah.
Was yeah. George, can you find his VIN number for us?
Send it my way, and I'll be on it.
George, from now on, I just want to find out people's VIN numbers. You just tell us their VIN number. That's
all
I want to know.
All right. I can't tell you how unusual it was that I found it the one time I found it.
What I love about the club though is how he doesn't even like hands on it, because I can appreciate that now because you know, just like I don't want to touch things that other people have touched, and he's that same way with the club. He's like, you're getting your hands all over it right now.
You're deteriorating the integrity of that priceless artifact.
Exactly. He needs that. Yeah.
So yeah, and it's gonna be real hard not to call tonight's episode Plumb Simply Awesome, but I'm open to other suggestions. Should we get into show and tell?
Let's do it. I'm excited about the club being on there. I've never watched the whole thing. I'm gonna watch the whole thing now.
Yeah, it's hypnotic, and he lures you into his world. It's fascinating. So it's on the the Super Long Play Club.
Super Long Play Club, foundfootagefest.com. You can get it there. I'm a huge stick fan, so anybody else who's out there who loves sticks, like, you're gonna love this video. It's plumb simply amazing.
Yeah, you see a lot of that one. It's plumb simply awesome. It's time for show and tell, everybody.
All right, let's rock some show and tell action.
All right, do you want to go first, Joe, or?
Yeah, I'll go first. There's a guy who this week I was inspired by, because I've been in my house not talking to people and just inside the whole time. Mastics. There's this guy from Coon Rapids, Minnesota. It's a suburb of Minneapolis. He has a public access show. I don't know if it's on anymore, but from, I don't know, I want to say like mid-2000s, for about 10 years, he was doing this show where he would do gymnastics around his house. Like, he actually gutted out his home for it to be more gymnastics friendly.
Yeah, he put a pommel horse
so
in his hallway, for example, so you could, like.
Yeah, he put a pommel horse in his hallway. He put a soft floor in the living room so he could do flips and jumps and stuff like that. He would keep sending us all the videos, and like, I was a huge fan. I remember talking to him. He came to one of our shows one time, and we talked to him. And actually, I think we shot an interview with him, or my buddy Dave shot an interview with him. But I found the footage. I'm going to edit something together, because I think right now he's like an inspiration to us all right now. Like, if we had Mike Mastics home, like, we wouldn't want to leave the house because it's so much fun. So here is Mike Mastics. With just some highlights from Mike Mastics.
Mike Mastics.
You may wonder, Mike Mastics, what is that? Well, it's meant to be similar to gymnastics. Although my name's Mike, it's not Jim, and the things I do are similar to gymnastic activities. So, voila, Mike Mastics.
He has a softer floor in there.
Yep.
There's the pommel horse. Look what he did to his garage. Look at that.
Wow, he raised the ceiling. He went up to his attic.
Yeah. Look at that cool angle.
How did he mount the camera? That's pretty cool.
There we go.
That looks painful.
Pretty good. Dismount, I almost
disappeared.
Cut my toe.
Where'd he go?
When I'm swinging that way.
He does that for
We're
every
doing
single
the high
take.
dive again today.
The
Here's
Invisible
number
Man.
1. Number 5. Number 11.
My guess is every guy in America thinks they can do all these
17.
things. And he's the only one who's trying it. Yeah.
He did it. Yeah,
he's actually good.
He did it.
Yeah. It took him 17 tries, but he finally got it.
I like this tan.
Yeah.
Just like Hulk Hogan.
So, there you have it, and hope you enjoyed the show.
I bet that email. I bet that email still works too.
Oh yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a while. I haven't talked to him in a few years.
He's for some reason got mad at us. Yeah, no, but I think he was mad at us for some reason. I can't remember what, but I think he did it because he's in Minnesota. It's cold winters, and he loved gymnastics when he was a kid. And he told me that the reason that he wanted to do that is because he wanted to inspire people who were 50 and over that, your body's not the same as it used to be, but you can still do these things. But then he told me that he went to the Minnesota State Fair, and the only people who recognized him were college kids. And they're like, "Oh, you're Mike Mastics. You're the guy on the public access show." They all knew him from that. And I don't think they watched it to get inspired. I think they watched it as entertainment. I mean, everyone should know from the amount of prank calling that happens during public affairs shows that generally the people watching public access are bored teens.
Yeah. It's the reason we're watching Mike Mastics right now. It's because, Do
you think that there's...
Anyway, that's Mike Mastics.
Do you think...
I'm gonna... What?
I was just going to ask, do you think that there's any chance that him disappearing after each take is a tip of the hat to One Kid's Opinion?
Oh, goodbye. It might have been, yes.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure he was paying homage to Mark Punk.
Yeah,
maybe that was maybe that was like just a trope of public access in the 90s.
We never do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm excited to show this next one. So you might know that our pal Joshua from Huntsville, Alabama, he's been tirelessly collecting old taped off TV commercials from the 80s and 90s. So he has thousands of different commercials that aired in Huntsville. And he turned me on to another local guy from there in Huntsville who in 1989, actually from like the mid 80s to the early 90s, recorded tons of stuff with his parents' video camera of he and his metalhead friends just doing anything, going through a drive-through in McDonald's. And the guy's been editing them and putting some music behind them and just kind of like releasing them. And he put out one called Metalhead Teens Go to a Record Store. And I watched it and it's just endlessly entertaining. The guy has a good eye, and apparently, well, I'll tell you what these guys are up to later, but first let me show you.
Well, I want to say you sent it to me you sent this to me last night, and I watched it twice, and I sent it to several people. I feel like this is the new heavy metal parking lot. It's so well edited, and it's endlessly entertaining. And these two kids, they have just like this a boring suburban world, but they're so excited about it.
Yeah, so
I love it so much.
This one in particular was Huntsville, 1989, and it's called Metalhead Teens Go to a Record Store. This is just a cut down of a longer video.
Oh, we're recording. We're here at your house. This is Daryl's house, all y'all people. His dog, his lovely dog. He's gonna have more little dog. His mom's cleaning house.
How would you boys like to vacuum the living room and dining room?
Well, I think it's about time for us to be going to the store now, Daryl. Hey, let's go. We're leaving Daryl's house now. We're gonna go up the street to the store. Notice the shirt. Fast fact about the air band: we've never lost finals. Just thought I'd tell y'all that. Let's go. One time we ordered a pizza from there, and we told them no sausage, and they thought we said no sauce, so we just got crust with cheese on it. It happened. We took it back after we ate it, except for like 2 pieces. We took it back and got a new one. Oh, we're going to Sunburst, the record store. Let's go. What's this? The Metallica shirt. You can't find anywhere else. What else is there? He's got another one over here.
No. Come on. You said you can't get it anywhere else. So.
It's in here. It's another Metallica shirt that you can't find anywhere else. Here it is. And just as for all, one on the back. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Risking his life.
We have some murderers.
This guy's name is Daryl.
We crossed the dangerous route. And I can't bite this because of my braces.
Actually,
Whoa!
I can suck it though.
I can taste that
If
Jolly
you're a 14-year-old girl, or older,
We've already heard you
or younger,
say that.
or somebody,
Or if you
and
just a
not,
girl.
not a guy, and none of y'all little people. I hate the little people. Come over.
He's in a band with this. These guys are in a band together called Macabre, but they pronounce it differently.
Oh, here it is, folks. For you that bought this tape, yes, Macabre has their own tape out. It's an interview tape with me and Daryl.
You think he
This
knew?
is the remake cover. Because the front cover, the first cover was only 5 of them because it took so long to make. It's called Macabre Life at End. Yes, you can get this through the fan club for $5. Has all kinds of stuff in here, our phone numbers. We started in '87, around December. We've come a long way. You'll probably see it around the skating rink on Friday night soon. Whether you like it or you don't like it,
sit down and learn to love it.
Because
woo!
Macabre is the very best thing going today. Diamonds are forever, and so is Macabre.
Watch the dog. Love this part.
Bye.
That's it. That's metalheads
Oh,
go to a
man.
record store.
There are two parts of there that you didn't include that were my favorite, that I absolutely love. First of all, his friend, their names are Larry and Daryl,
Yeah.
which are the two best names for two kids. They're actual Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Larry and Daryl, and I love that Larry has gone through puberty. You can hear it in his voice. Daryl, he still kind of has a squeaky voice. So one's gone through puberty, the other one's like kind of squeaky. That's a great dynamic. The other one is when they go to buy candy at the gas station.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great scene because they do one of those things where they're like, we have $1 and we're gonna buy something. They buy like some shitty soda, then they have some change left over, and they're like, oh, we have some change. Oh, let's get a Jolly Rancher. And then they get change from that. They're like, oh, we got more change. Let's get something. And there's this clerk there who's so irritated with them. And it just feels fake because it's so well shot.
Yeah.
It's so good. Everybody should go on and watch it right now. It only has 5,000 views right now.
Well, I was
so
going
good.
to mention, so the two guys on the camera there are not the guy who actually shot it. This guy's name is Eric Fullerton, and he's been digitizing his home movies and putting them up. He's from Huntsville, and his dad was like an engineer and got access to a video camera. And now he's a professional editor. So that's why he's putting all this stuff up. That's what he does for a living and does most.
Wait a second. The guys who are in the video were not the guys who shot it?
Nope. It's Eric Fullerton's home movie, but it wasn't Larry or Daryl, the guys from Newhart. It was they're not the ones in the band. So this guy, it's called Eric's Home Movies. That's the channel on YouTube. So that's how you can watch the whole thing. He only has 391 subscribers. But Eric and I guess he's still good friends with those guys.
So Larry and Daryl it's all real.
They're his friends. Yeah, it's all real. Yeah.
But Eric shot it.
Yes.
And then he brought it back and edited.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's been taking all his home movies and posting them. And so that's called Metalhead Teens in a Record Store. And yeah, you can watch the whole thing on there. Joshua from Huntsville is actually the one who cut that down for us. So I feel like we could mine more of his home movies, and with this Zoom thing, maybe we could even get him on the show to and just do like a whole episode of his home movies.
No, but did you see? I looked on the messages or on the message boards under that video. Larry is a lawyer now.
Yeah, one of them's a
Larry's
lawyer.
a lawyer.
Yeah, one of them's a lawyer. The other two guys, I think, are editors and work in video, and they're all still friends. So it's a cool story. We should definitely have them on. Maybe either a VCR party or one of our quarantine classics, and just kind of dive into more of the footage.
I don't remember that Taco Bell video too. It's just like people just fucking around doing this boring thing, but excited about it.
Incidentally,
maybe they're just excited about cameras.
That's what it was.
People were excited about cameras.
Yeah, I mean, I found all my home movies from 1989, and it's the same stuff: doing skits, shooting around town, But this guy,
you're just excited to have a camera. You can't wait to show off your stupid bullshit.
Yeah. So more to come from Eric's Home Movies. What do you got?
Okay, I'm going to show. Last week I showed a UK commercial for a grocery store, and it's a regional commercial for a grocery store, and it's it's very like it's nice, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, come on down and do this and blah blah blah. They don't yell. It's like they use like multi-syllabic words.
Not in your face.
Then they're not in your face. Then I played an American regional commercial, and it's way different. And then Al, who gave us the video of the British version, he told me that the one that bridges the gap between American and English in England is Australian. So I'm going to show you 3 in a row.
Okay.
I'm going to show you one from England, a proper one, very proper. Then I'm going to show America from Fargo, Smokies. We've shown it before. And I'm going to show an Australian one that sort of bridges the gap. I feel like maybe it skews more American than it does England.
Okay.
So here's a UK versus USA versus
Australia.
versus Australia. Do you see it?
Yep.
Yep.
There is a billboard. The rehabilitation of this store is almost complete and is receiving much favorable comment from the public at large. With the installation of the very latest checkout technology, we have pioneered the introduction to this island.
Let me play it again.
There is a billboard. The rehabilitation of this store is almost complete and is receiving much favorable comment from the public at large. With the installation of the very latest checkout technology, we have pioneered the introduction to this island of a number of self-packing cash tills. These enable the mother with children, the senior citizen, and indeed anyone else with large purchases, merely to watch whilst the machine takes packing off their hands. Enjoy the luxury.
Enjoy the luxury.
Enjoy the luxury. All right, now next up.
American,
we still don't have that technology here. Right?
No, they don't. Okay, so here's the part.
I've noticed for the last few years that you've been depressed.
You're right, Cupcake. I have been depressed. I need a steak at Smokey's, and I'm going to go to Smokey's right now.
What pumpkin? Pumpkins! Pumpkins! Pumpkins!
I'm going to Smokey's.
He died. He died, certainly.
All right, now here's Australia.
He drowned at the end of that commercial.
Kensel's Hole's gonna do a deal, gonna do a great big deal. Viva's at Kensel's. Viva's at Kensel's. The all-new Viva wagon, only $19,490. 1.8 liter motor and alloy wheels. Yeah. And the all-new Viva hatch, only $16,990. Viva's at Kensel's. Only Kensel's Holden, baby. Thank you very much.
Oh, this is left the building. Building's capitalized and has.
Can you just go back to his costume? That is like that's cheaper than some of George's costumes. I mean, that's like
shots fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd hate to be on the receiving end of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I almost feel like the American one was less stupid than the Australian one. I feel like the Australian one is stupider than the American one.
It was, yeah. I feel like when we went to Australia, it felt more American to me than English. I feel like, I mean, it is kind of a combination of both, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of
that
both.
commercial
Yeah.
might not have been the best representation. That was full on dumber than American, but you know.
Well, that's the only one I got.
Yeah.
And I was like, I Al sent it to me, and I was like, oh man, I can't believe this is so dumb. He's like, I feel like the Australia is just right in the middle of the UK and America, but I feel like it skews a little bit closer to America.
I think so, or even America is between Australia and England.
But like who's like the dumb guy from England? You know what I mean? Like Mr. Bean. You know, like Mr. Bean's like that's not. I don't know.
If there's ever a video game for VCR Party, I want there to be a level where that Elvis fights the credit clown. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who the good guy is.
Can it be to the death?
Yeah.
Can we get a Mortal
Ideally.
Kombat fatality on that one? All right. So on our Quarantine Classics episode, we opened up a box from. Actually, it was from eBay, but and I didn't know who sent it, but then they reached out afterwards. And it turns out Evan Bingham sent this to us through eBay. And we watched a little bit of it, but I watched the whole thing today and cut together. It's called Folk Rhythms, and it's how to play the washboard, all these basically Appalachian instruments. So the washboard, how to do the ham bone against your leg. Also, how to play a paper bag. That was something that I didn't know was an instrument. But apparently, this guy's legit. Like, this guy isn't just a fly-by-night. He's, like, played the Grand Ole Opry with all these weird instruments. He was, like, a third-generation spoons and bones player. And you'll see the guy's name. I forget it. And also, we laughed about Happy Trom being the name of the executive producer of that.
Oh, yeah.
Our pal Dave Nuttycombe reached out and said, Happy Trom.
Directed by...
Yeah, he's the executive producer.
I thought it was directed by...
Well, he might have directed it,
That's
too.
directed by Happy Trom.
He's also the executive producer. He lives up in Woodstock and is a legend in folk music. If you're in the folk music, Happy Trom and his brother are legends. So apparently that's like, we showed our lack of knowledge of folk music. But anyway, this guy is legitimate.
Yeah, I'll show lack of knowledge of that every single day.
So apparently this guy who's teaching you, like when I watched it, it's kind of like what Bob Ross, like you're watching him take out a paper bag and you're like, there's no way it's going to sound good. And then you're like, holy shit. It's like, he's a wizard. So I'm going to play you just a 3-minute cut down I did today from this. It's called Folk Rhythms, and we'll learn how to play some of these instruments.
The original.
This is the ham bone.
I'm gonna speed it up just a little. Some people call this the Ethan rhythm because there's mouth sounds that go with that, like this. I'll show you that later. Now grab your partner, pat her on the head. If you don't like biscuits, feed her cornbread. Percy Danforth was a wonderful bones player from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and he showed me how to play with 2 pairs of bones. This wasn't traditional in my family, but it sure makes a nice addition.
That's all, that's it. That's all, that's it. That's all, that's it. That's all.
You just need a paper bag. Any old size will do. I like these Union Camp 20s, though. They are a nice size. You want to loosen up your wrist. Come back and forth with the ends of your fingers.
About 18.
Across the bag. Getting an 8th note sound. The same rhythm we were getting for the washboard and the spoons.
It seems so dumb, but...
Now, if that's not crazy, I don't know what is. I've invented what I call drum to wear. Basically, it's a ham bone suit.
He's implanted all these electronics inside.
Goodbye, folks, and have a good time with your folk rhythms. I hope to see you down the trail.
See you down the trail.
I was right with him up. I was right with him up until the end. All of a sudden, he got very modern with everything.
Well, he said like he was trying to bring Hambone into the next century, so he made his drum to wear Evel Knievel outfit with all these sensors on the inside. So yeah.
You know what? Maybe I should. I'm gonna look into Happy Trom. I mean, that's the thing with this whole fucking like sealing yourself inside the house. You discover so much more new stuff. I'm gonna listen to Happy Trom music tonight.
Yeah. I'm
gonna put Happy Trom on.
This is a learning experience. So that guy's fascinating. I want to actually. That'd be a good one to learn how to do Hambone well, or to learn how to play the paper bag well.
The bones.
Yeah, the bones.
Yeah, learn how to play the bones.
Yeah.
I liked his outfit. It was very rockapella on Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah.
You're talking about the last one? The one?
No, not the big suit. The hat and the vest.
Okay.
Was sort of like
rockapella is like
I
him.
don't know. Yeah, right.
But I'm imagining for the next costume contest, if we're still alive in October and we have a VCR party costume contest, the drum to wear jumpsuit would be a pretty good one.
George, how did you say you found this?
Mm-hmm. Do we want to wrap up show and tell because we got a lot of updates?
Wrap it up.
All right.
Hey, I want to do something. I want to do a Filth corner, if I could.
I'd vote against that, but I don't know if I have a choice.
Well, George is partially responsible for this Filth corner. You emailed me, George, recently, and he said, "What did you say?" You said, George,
what was the subject line?
The subject line was collecting elephant semen.
I saw that, and yeah.
George,
I'm only human.
Don't encourage him, George.
Wait, what?
I was saying don't encourage him, George.
I figured because it was on the internet, it would never find its way onto the show. But then we're all quarantined. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. When you sent me this email, it was
It was February 22nd, I believe. Is it? You got it right there.
The date of when he sent the fucking email.
I thought you were looking at the actual email.
Okay. This is your email to me. This has everything you like. Arms and asses. Have I said anything about arms? I mean, you're right, but like, have I ever said?
I believe there was another video that featured this.
Arms and asses. Oh yeah, I think there was. Arms and asses. Elephant shit.
That was on the Howard Stern video.
Okay, elephant shit. Odd dongs, and animal semen. And it has it all, but it's a nature documentary, so this is all nature. So like, you can't get mad at
You
it.
found
It's
a
not
loophole.
filth, it's science. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a loophole. So this is it's actually a nature documentary called Extinction. So
are you showing it?
That's another thing. You know what? Here's tonight. I'm gonna listen to Happy Trom, and I'm gonna watch the documentary called Extinction tonight.
Okay.
Why not?
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah, we got nothing.
All
We can't
right.
get into the
Here's,
office.
exactly. Here's what. Uh-oh. Joe's Filth Corner. There it is. All right, and I have the graphic right here. So.
Oh, we didn't.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So that's just Filth Corner, the
Okay.
graphic, intro graphic. Here it is. Extinctions TV presents. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone. How to masturbate an elephant.
And why
don't
take
remember that.
Why take that long to have it come out? Look at the hand.
There's the elephant shit that George commented in the email. So I think what they're doing is they're massaging his prostate.
I think this was on Boing Boing Boing. I don't seek this out.
That's the horse. That's the horse. Yeah,
It's an odd dong.
Yeah, it's an odd dong. There's an odd dong. Check.
Boingboing.net.
Can you turn it down, please?
And turn it off.
It can't go up any louder, Nick. Sorry. I'm trying to make it go. It doesn't go up any louder than that.
I'm so sorry.
Is there a way I can force this turning off?
What's that?
I'm trying to force
It's
it
the
in.
It's the punching. I don't know.
All right,
No.
that's good. That's funny.
Well, we got it.
Hurry.
All right,
Ooh.
so yeah, there you go. So thank you, George.
The first and last
That's,
installment
that's
of Joe's
all-
Filth Corner.
From quarantine.
All right, let's
Ugh.
do a new thing here. We're going to show off our favorite internet videos because we are.
Nick, I have one more question about you humping the chair.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I'm an open book.
I forgot what it was. Oh, the absinthe is getting to me. So if you were to cut a hole into the cherry,
That's
and
not
to
what
have
I would
sex with
do,
your cherry,
but okay, go ahead.
what would you do?
I said the former, which is just go between two cushions.
Oh, okay.
I'm not damaging cherry.
Yeah, okay. So I forgot what the question was.
All right. Well, we're running short on time, so let's get into this next segment. It's our favorite internet videos.
Oh, I remember what it was.
Yeah.
If you did it, would you have a serious expression on your face while you were doing it?
Nah, I'd be doing a funny face the whole time. All right, asked and answered. This next segment we're doing because we don't have access to 10,000 videos anymore because we can't get into our office. We're on lockdown, and I brought a bunch home before the lockdown happened, and we brought some DVDs and stuff. But we're gonna have to start delving into internet videos. And I think the rule for this should be as long as the source was pretty close to VHS and physical media, we can get away with it. We don't want like stuff that's internet age. We want stuff that's from the VHS era. So I think we're gonna kick off the segment by each showing our #1 internet video of all time. Joe, why don't you start?
Yep. Okay, so this is what, like, and I think with this, these are videos that I've seen on the internet where I was just jealous that we didn't find it
Yeah,
first,
agreed.
you know? And then we find it and we reach out to them and it's like, can we get a copy of it? Can we get a VHS copy of this? This is the perfect one. This is the ultimate. Looking for a City. I don't know anything about this video except for what you see in the video, because there's no Wikipedia page, there's no story about it. George, watch it and study it. Do we even know this guy's name?
Yeah, I did some homework. I did some homework on it when we initially found this, like 7 or 8 years ago. The guy's for real. That's the first thing. He's for real. He's not on social media, but he has other YouTube videos where you can watch him sing other things. And
oh, really?
Yeah, and it's him singing in a church. This was the best one by far.
Oh, so there's more. But here's the thing. You hear like a crowd roaring behind him. It's a church. It feels like it's dubbed in. So it feels a little bit fake, like maybe somebody was trying to be funny and they put in this big audience.
I don't think they're trying to be funny. If they added that, it was the church itself. That's who posted this video.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to share Looking for a City. I put all 4 minutes, but I can scrub around.
Let's save the ending for the end of the show.
Oh, yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this next and final song is going to be one that has made me pretty
please.
famous over the last few years. It has took me a lot of places I
You
didn't
hear
think
it?
I would be.
Yes.
But it was the first time on stage, New Year's Eve 2002.
I can barely hear
with
it.
one of the best quartets out there today, Brian Free and Assurance. And I was privileged to be able to sing this one with Brian Free. And I don't know if I beat him that night or not, but ever since then we've had competitions. I've wore him out.
I like that it's
make me look good or anything, but that's what happened.
I like that it starts a little
this is
tedious.
one that
Hit
also
pause, hit pause.
My friends at my hometown
Spacebar.
church,
Okay.
gospel.
So I looked up.
I know how to hit pause.
I looked up.
Thanks for the space bar.
No, so you don't have to show your mouse on there. So I was looking up Brian Free when we initially found this too, and he's like a legit gospel singer. So like if he's telling the truth about singing with Brian Free and having competitions, I'm trying to imagine what Brian Free's side of that story is.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
But just like, and I like that this has a slow build and then it's going to work you in. And then here's the other thing that I should have mentioned is that I don't really get into like bad singing videos. I don't give a shit about bad singing videos, but like, this is like a different level of bad singing videos, right?
Oh, this
Okay.
is
Anyway,
the top. Yeah, and just spacebar again.
Nick, which button do I hit? Nick, which button do I hit?
Like I mentioned, spacebar again, because you're using
how do I do it?
you used your mouse before, so this
Okay,
will
how do I? Okay,
no,
here.
Yep.
Do I hit that one?
Nope.
This one here?
Yep. I'm just
Okay.
telling you because you didn't do it that way before. So
Oh, okay.
Baptist Church in Salisbury, North Carolina, has really made their top choice. So therefore, we're going to finish off with this one. It's called
Me
"Looking
itch
for
my
a
knee.
City."
You guys seen this? George, Steve, have you seen this? Oh, we're gonna watch the whole thing.
Looking for a city built above. Looking for a city
Turn it up.
where we'll never die. Where the sainted millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior, and our love was true. Come, Holy Spirit. City where we'll never die, where the sainted millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior, and our love was true. Come, Holy Spirit, our homes renewed. Looking for a city sainted millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior, and our love was true. Come, Holy Spirit, hold our
Standing up.
hearts
Who's standing up?
Looking for a city where Never say goodbye. There will meet our Savior and our loved ones too. Come, O Holy Spirit, o'er our homes renewed. Oh, a city where we'll never die, where the sainted millions never say goodbye. There will meet our Savior and our loved ones too.
Wrap it up.
Come, O Holy Spirit, o'er our homes renewed. Looking for a city where we'll never die, where the sainted millions never say goodbye. There will meet our Savior and our loved ones too. Come, that's all I'm doing. So see ya. Our homes free.
That's all I'm doing.
Way too loud.
Oh.
And then,
Oh.
so there's so many questions. What's in his pockets? Because there's clearly bulges. Like their pockets are loaded. He's like a custodian.
I don't think I ever noticed his pockets.
Oh, take a look.
I never looked at them.
Take a look. They're
really?
They're full of stuff. Yeah. The other thing is, at the beginning, he says, "This is one that I did at Christ Baptist Church in Kentucky," and he raises his voice while people applaud, which also makes me think the applause is real. Because why would you raise your voice otherwise?
They're like people like whistling. Like, why would people whistle at the end?
Oh, at the end, maybe they added it. But during that part, when people applaud when he says the name of his church, he talks louder.
Oh, right.
So yeah. But I don't know. There's more videos in that series though that aren't that singer. So yeah.
I reached out to the person who had uploaded it. There's like 2 million hits, and there's no way to contact the person who uploaded it. It doesn't look like they're the person who did it because they have all these other weird videos.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they. I don't know how they got it.
Well, if anybody knows more information, let us know because we'd like to get that original footage. And George, we're asking you to do some detective work here too.
I had my headphones off for most of that, but I will. I'll get some screen grabs and. All right, Steve, are you going to do a version of it?
Oh no, you're
okay.
good. You're good.
The good news is at the end of the show, we're going to play more from Looking for a City.
Yep.
And maybe we'll find it. Maybe we'll find that city at the end of the.
It's a very odd recruiting tool.
Actually, Steve, why don't we go to you next? What's your number one video of all time?
All right. So I don't know if this is my number one of. Go ahead.
Steve, wait. First, you're sick. You were sick this past week, right?
I've had a cough for maybe 3 weeks now. I've not had a fever. I've not had anything worse than a cough, but you'll see me occasionally.
Because I heard that if you can't smell things, that's the tip for.
I can smell.
You're fine.
Great.
Man, I wish we had that on long drives on tour. I would welcome not being able to smell.
You welcome coronavirus.
Yeah. Steve, what do you got?
So you guys know, but I don't know if the people out there know. I've been working on a television show. I'm a reality producer, and the show I'm currently working on is all about expired food. So I had to do a lot of deep dives into the expired food world. So here is one of them that I think you guys are going to like. I'm gonna have to skip around a little bit. What was that, Joe?
It's unusually specific what your show is.
Yeah.
Expired food and guys going around and eating expired food.
Okay,
Yep,
let's do
very,
it.
Very. Here we go. So, can you guys see him?
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna start off, and then I'll just have to skip around a little bit because the video, as you see, is 2:45.
Okay. For those of here that not quite sure what this is about, I'm going to do something that might be detrimental to my health.
Detrimental.
But it's something that has to be done. This can of Spam I acquired back in 1993. It's never been opened. Look at the moles growing up in there. Is that coming out from inside the can? What the fuck am I going to see when I open this can up? There's no expiration date on this thing. It is 25 years.
You don't have to fast forward. I'm happy with it. Move your cursor.
Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh. Hold on a minute. Oh.
Already.
This is what the internet is all about.
Oh. Fuck. That's horrible, man. It smells like worn socks off of a dead man. It's horrible. All right.
He's cooking it.
Okay. Ooh. See what we got here. Here goes nothing, guys. There's no reason to frickin' delay this anymore.
He censored himself there, frickin'.
Oh, God. Oh, it's slimy. Just get it down.
That reminds me of cow gas.
Feels like slime going down my throat. Oh.
Oh.
That's it, guys. I can't do no more. That's gross. I got hot mustard on there. See that?
He's going back?
Come on, baby.
It's kind of like looking for a city. He said he was done, but then there was more.
Oh, that helps a little bit. I can't eat no more of that shit. I got an update for you. It's been about an hour and a half, and I've already dumped twice, and I'm working on a third. My stomach feels bloated. Like there's a hot air balloon in there or something. Looks like it's going to be a long night for me. You guys see me posting tomorrow, I'm alive. If not, see me in the hospital, I guess.
Also died.
Yeah.
It's just some people born for the internet. That guy's one of them. It's like a Martin Carlton where they give the play-by-play so well and just like, guys, I can't do anymore. It's like you didn't have to do it in the first place.
I
You
like
never had to do this.
I like specifically said I've already dumped twice and I'm working on a third. He's working on that.
I liked how he chewed. He just.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. Good stuff.
I started a gig.
Is that
it
guy,
was very Batman material.
Is that guy going to be on the show, or what are you doing with that one?
No. So we just, I was just looking at different people who have eaten expired foods and things like that. That's a cut down of a much longer video that I can.
Well, he's a star.
With you guys. Yeah,
that
I
guy's
agree.
a star.
Well, we have plenty of time over here. So I got Happy Trump. I got that guy's full video. Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done here.
All right, let me go next. We'll end with George. This one is a video. Whenever we do interviews occasionally on tour, and they'll ask us if you had, is there like one that got away or a video that you'd love to find that you haven't, like one of your, genie lamp wishes. And for me, it'd be the Super Broker Shuffle. And this one, basically, we have a lot of videos where after the Chicago Bears did the Super Bowl Shuffle, after they went to the Super Bowl in 1986, they a lot of copycat, a lot of teams did it. I'm sure people at corporations did it. In this case, it was a bunch of grocery store brokers. So the people who, I guess, broker products being placed in grocery stores, they did a rap. So it's a bunch of corporate, all men in their 40s and older, attempting to do a rap, to do a shuffle rap.
And I still feel like they're better than the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah.
I think the St. Louis Rams did Let's Ram It. I still feel like this Super Bowl Shuffle, or what is it called?
The Super Broker Shuffle.
Broker Shuffle is better than the Rams version.
Yeah, I agree. So
as far as shuffles go.
When you rank shuffles, this is maybe, I don't know, maybe I'd put this towards the top. So here it is, the Super Broker Shuffle. Oops, sorry. Here we go.
I'm Laura Mosley. I'm Patsy Hughes. I'm Jan Bradshaw, and we're all enthused with the Orange Bill Back Office crew, bringing the Super Broker team to you.
We are the best sales rep crew, doing the Super Broker Shuffle for you. We're so bad, we know we're good. Nobody messes with our neighborhood. We didn't come here looking for trouble. We came here with the Super Broker Shuffle.
Larry Tanner, I'm here to say, if you listen to me, I'll talk all day. Have a lot of bread rabbit on your cakes, best thing you'll eat, for goodness sakes. I didn't come here to pop my bubble, I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Carson. When it's time to sell, I preach like a parson. Vermont maid, sweet as she can be, finest syrup from the maple tree. I didn't come here to stand in a huddle. I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
Call me Niles Lander, say I'm married out of touch. When it comes to selling, call me Mr. Clutch. Grey Poupon is full of spice. Spread it on a sandwich, it tastes so nice. I didn't come here to drop my duffel. I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
He didn't come there to drop his duffel.
We are the best sales rep crew doing the Super Broker Shuffle for you. We're so bad, we know we're good. Nobody messes with our neighborhood. We didn't come here looking for trouble. We came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
Cecil Bozeman is my name. Supervising sales is the way to fame. Bluebonnet margins hard to stop. If it's up to us, we'll put it on top. I didn't come here to try to muffle. I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
I'm Jesse Franklin from the Delta land. I butcher's ads where it stands. Push a planter's nuts not hard to do when you've got the backing and you know who's who. Didn't come here to give a rebuttal. I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
Morehead's name, they call me John. Love selling so much, don't need to con. Chung King's my favorite, sell it every day. Best way to go with a big display. I didn't come here to feather my ruffle. I came here to win the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Well, I'm Wayne Terrell since the
I
day
feel
I was
like
born.
Steve Young
Recess
have
my
a
thing,
sequel to
ain't no
his,
corn. Or take a
Masters
Mexican
of
set the
Broadway.
sections full and do it every time. That ain't no bull. I didn't come here to stop my hustle. I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
We are the best sales rep crew doing the Super Broker Shuffle for you. We're so bad, we know we're good. Nobody messes with our neighborhood. We didn't come here looking for trouble. We came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
Last name's Falls, first name James. Calling on stores like playing games. Fleshman's margins fun to sell. If they don't buy it, they can go to hell. I didn't come here to coo and cuddle. I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
Call me Gary Ballard, I'm solid as a rock. I protect my turf like a great big jock. You better buy my brand, it's a Hawaiian Hunt. When it comes to other drinks, I'll eat your lunch. I didn't come here to huffle or buffle. I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
Ronnie Atkins from the Cajun State, giving service with a smile cause I know my fate. A1 keeps others on the run. It's great to be a member number one. I didn't come here to start no trouble. I came here to win a Super Broker Shuffle.
I'm Laura Mosley. I'm Patsy Hughes. I'm Jan Bradshaw. And we're all enthused from Gina Wine and Planter Snacks and Roy Desserts to your grocery sacks. We didn't come here asking for trouble. We came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
I'm Bob Berman, and I'm mighty proud to be a member of this super crowd with Team Fun Nabisco and Del Monte too, holding all the super broker power for you. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
We are the best sales rep crew doing the Super Broker Shuffle for you. We're so bad, we know we're good. Nobody messes with our neighborhood. We didn't come here looking for trouble. We came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle. SFB Super Broker!
The Southern Food Brokers Corporation, Nabisco brands.
That's so good.
He didn't come there to huffle. He didn't come there to huffle or buffle. He just came to do the Super Broker Shuffle.
That's some.
One thing, he had another line of he didn't come here to speak no rebuttal.
Yeah.
Or feather his ruffle.
Yeah.
He didn't come here to feather his ruffle.
They ran out of rhymes for shuffle at like 2 verses in.
Were any of you guys white? Could you guys tell? Were any of those guys white?
No.
No, it was a cultural appropriation seminar that led to that.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's all 3 women at one time. That's a good observation. Yeah. I feel like Brian Collins from the host of the Flowbee home haircutting show would have fit right in there, but it was a different.
Oh, he could have definitely caused a kerfuffle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, with that
potential guest. Yeah, it would all be shuffles. I mean, we could make that documentary.
What frustrates me about what we do is that there are probably 500,000 videos out there like that one, and we haven't even seen them.
Right.
They're sitting in a landfill. They're long gone.
Yeah.
We'll never ever see.
Somebody happened to digitize that. We can't find out who, so it might just be lost for other ones like that.
United States, every region across the world, they all had money to spend on that stupid bullshit, and we'll never see it.
George, can you bring us out on a positive note?
Sure. Let's see. This is a early 90s commercial that was made by people as a parody of the car commercials they usually make. If you remember how car commercials differed back then from now, there was a lot more yelling, a lot less professional footage. It was more like a monster truck rally. So let's see how.
Wait, but who made this video?
They don't know. Nobody's sure. They haven't been able to track it down. But somebody originally, it was said to have been from 1990, but somebody in the comments section pointed out that the cars shown were a 91, 92 model, meaning it was made in 91. So
interesting.
So
okay, let's watch.
Let's see.
Okay.
Hold on a moment. No. Here we go. There we go. See it?
Yep.
Fuck you, Baltimore!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
you're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Bad deal.
Cars that break down.
Thieves.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
you can kiss my ass.
It's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker.
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed.
If you find a better deal,
shove it up your ugly ass.
You heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass.
Bring your tray.
Bring your title.
Bring your wife.
We'll fuck her.
That's right, we'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill Hell,
you're fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
Take a hike
to Big Bill Hell,
home of challenge pissing.
That's right,
challenge pissing.
How does it work?
If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet,
you get no down payment.
Don't wait.
Don't delay.
Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off.
Only at Big Bill Hell.
The only dealer that tells you to fuck off.
Hurry up, asshole.
This event ends the minute after you write us a check.
And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker.
Go to hell.
Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Baltimore's filthiest.
And exclusive home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
Guaranteed.
And apparently that was a tape trading classic for and you guys were familiar with it.
Yeah, we have that.
Oh yeah.
On a compilation, actually, we have that on a compilation called Challenge Pissing. So it was the centerpiece of that. But it feels like editors because they had the footage and they had the VO talent, you know.
Right.
What I was asking, I was wondering, like, is it people who were actually in the commercial industry?
Yes. The answer is yes. I think somebody said it was made for some kind of award ceremony for their commercial, local commercial or regional commercial.
That's what a lot of those things were. It was like for their Christmas parties or for like the awards shows. That's what they put together, this insider stuff. Like that's where we get a lot of our news bloopers from.
Right.
Our editor who put that together for the Christmas show and gave it to us.
But sometimes I'll just be laying in bed trying to sleep, or lying in bed, whichever is grammatically correct, and I'll think of a line from that, and I'll just burst out laughing as I'm.
For example, which one?
Well, just shove it up your ugly ass is something I've never. It's something actually probably was from the time that you don't hear so much anymore.
Yeah,
we're trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I like this new segment. So maybe next week we'll come up with new internet videos, our second favorite, or anything we find, and we'll play that.
Yes. Yes, that'll be next week.
All right. I have to be able to edit and upload this in time, so we should probably wrap up pretty soon. Do we want to do a quick nice things?
It's been long, hasn't it?
Yeah. We've been on for at least an hour and a half. So.
Oh, I'm in a full absinthe haze right
now.
No?
Let's do a quick nice things. All right, nice things. I just have a couple things to show off, and I figure since we're in our apartments, we can show off some stuff. So I found this on eBay and had it framed. This is the video store poster for Mr. T's Be Somebody or Be Somebody's Fool. You'd write how much the tape was going to cost. And you could say it says available on video cassette. This would be what you're showing on there. And if you haven't seen this clip, it's on our Volume 1 DVD. So that has a place in my home. Also, last week on our...
Can I just comment about Be Somebody or Be Somebody's Fool? Yeah. I feel like that was our second video that ever got us excited about found footage. The first one was the McDonald's training video that you stole. And then that one, I don't know how you got that one, but in high school, we would watch that one all the time.
Yeah,
that was one of our favorites.
I found it at a thrift store, and then that was like we had that one memorized too. We'd watch our favorite parts, and was in our first touring show in 2004. And then our Melinda Judah, who sends us some stuff, he's a doctor too. If you didn't watch last week's Quarantine Classic, we opened this. This is a McGruff the Crime Dog ventriloquist doll. You can see it's got a little face. He's got legs and shoes and everything.
Pants.
Yeah, great pants. I've been so blown away by this that when I went to the office to grab only the essentials that we need during the quarantine, I grabbed this video by Paul Winchell, who did a lot of the voices for Hanna-Barbera. He was a ventriloquist, and he put out this video called Ventriloquism for Fun and Profit. So, I mean, people are learning how to write. They're writing novels. They're doing all this stuff. I'm going to learn ventriloquism. That's going to be my project, and I'll demonstrate it on one of these episodes eventually. So,
I'm going to learn the bones. I'm going to learn how to play the bones.
Okay. Are you going to watch Percy Danforth's video that we'll see at the end, or are you going to watch something else? Okay.
Percy, that's all. That's it. Danforth.
Okay. Great.
That's what they call him in the folk industry. Some folk music industry knowledge for you.
Right. The one other thing is, before I left the office, Bob Hedges, our other big patron, there are 3 boxes. I quickly opened them and just to see if there's any essentials in there. Grabbed a couple of videos out of the boxes, but here was the important thing. We've been talking about expired foods. Take a look at this. Can you see it?
Oh, wow.
An unopened box of Urkelo's cereal.
By Ralston.
Also by Ralston. But not only that, 2 different...
Bite, Nick, take a bite.
2 different...
Take a bite.
I want to save these. I want to save them for another episode.
Are they vegan? Yeah, he wants to save them.
There's one health crisis going on right now. We don't want to start with the Urkel
the boxes
infection.
are different. Here's a thing where you could meet Urkel, and I think if we should send in for this now. And then this is win a trip to Washington, D.C. So, but yeah, okay. I think we ought to wait till we're all in one place to try this, because I don't want to be the only one subjected to it.
No, you have them right now. Just eat one.
No. We're running long. I'm going to wait until we make it a big event.
Don't take that long. We'll wait.
We'll wait. We'll make a big event out of it. I just wanted to show you that we have new expired cereal.
Make a big event right now.
What do you have?
I got nothing. Oh, nice thing?
Yeah, I thought you had some nice things.
I don't have any nice things.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
He's just giving up.
Here's a Barack Obama pillow.
What about
my wife bought?
Are your cats nearby? We haven't seen them.
Oh yeah. Let me grab them. Okay. Hold on. In the meantime, eat some of the cereal, and I'll
let me check the ingredients to see. We've got corn, rice, wheat, and oat flour, sugar, salt, vegetable oil, artificial flavor, and a bunch of toxic colors. All right, I'll try an Urkelo. Let's do it while Joe's getting his.
Wow, he's not even on screen, and he successfully bullied you.
Yeah, I know. He's learning how to. Well, that's the thing. We all have to learn how to do things long distance now with the advent of this quarantine.
We get to see a new side of Joe, the non-tormenting side of Joe.
Oh, I torment her so much she puts up with it. Hi, Tiny. This is Tiny. Her birth name is Twinkie, but she's
legally changed.
Tiny. Oh. She's the nicest.
Look at her.
She's the nicest. Oh,
it's all fluffy.
She's an orange girl, which orange girls are very rare. I think like 90% of oranges are male. Think about it. Garfield, Heathcliff, Morris, any girl oranges that you know in pop culture? 0. She's one of the top ones right now.
She's a nice thing.
How was the Urkelo?
Well, I haven't tried
Did you eat it?
No, but I opened it up. It's vegan, and it smells exactly like the Batman cereal. I should say that this was sealed pretty well, but I'm gonna try one right now. Should I try a red O or a white O?
Look at her leg.
They used to be yellow, I think.
Look at her leg right now.
I'd try one of each just to be fair.
All right.
Are you guys looking at her leg? No.
All right, here we go. By the way, Marty isn't here right now.
Yeah.
It's not bad. The red isn't bad. Let me try the yellow.
Yeah.
You're so disappointed. So that it's not harming.
The
Like
yellow's
he's not
bad.
frothing at the mouth.
The yellow's bad. It tastes like Batman cereal.
Is it like supposed to be like a banana kind of a flavor, or like a Captain Crunch kind of thing? You're not gagging.
I'm not gagging, but I spit out the yellow one. It's gross.
So you're just eating the red ones now.
Yeah,
Look
from
at this precious little princess. She's
Yeah.
a precious little.
She wins tonight.
This is what I do with her beard, and I'll give her scritches right here because it feels like her mom's tongue.
So that's what you're assuming.
Well, yeah, you like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to the let's say goodbye and then get to the final looking for a city.
That's all that's it.
Yeah. I think that's all that's it, right? Anybody else have anything to say? Successful experiment. We'll find out, and we'll be back next week.
We'll see how the edit goes.
We'll be back next week with more bullshit.
Yeah, and then we got things on Thursday. We got things on Saturday.
Yeah,
so stay tuned for.
Tune back in. Yeah.
And, yeah. All right, that's all. That's it. That's all I got. Right.
We'll be right back right after
I got
that,
no more
everybody.
yuck in my nose.
You got no more yuck in your nose, Steve?
I got no more yuck in my nose.
Your nose isn't full of yuck anymore. Great, George.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Home of challenge pissing.
All right. Good night. We'll see you next time.
That's my new sign off.
And by the way, I'm Joe Pickett, and I'm thanking you. Right now, I'm thanking you for watching the show tonight. That's all. That's it. If we would have tried harder, we could have done a little bit better.
And I've already dumped twice, and I got another one cooking.
All right, I'm gonna play
the end of Looking for a City.
Yeah.
This ain't in millions. Gospel Light Baptist Church in Salisbury, North Carolina. We're going to finish off with this one. It's called Looking for a City. I didn't know you was going to start out with it. Looking for a city built above. Looking for a city where we'll never die. Where the saint in millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior and our loved ones too. Come, Holy Spirit, our homes renew. Looking for a city where we'll never die, where the saint in millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior and our loved ones too. Come, Holy Spirit, our homes renew. Looking for a city where we'll never die, where the saint in millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior and our loved ones too. Come, Holy Spirit, hold our homes renew. Looking for a city where we'll never die, where the saint in millions never say goodbye. There we meet our Savior and our loved ones too. Come, Holy Spirit, hold our homes renew. Our city where we'll never die, where the saint in millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior and our loved ones too. Come, Holy Spirit, hold our homes renew. Looking for a city where we'll never die, where the saint in millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet my Savior, and I love us too. Come, that's all I'm doing. So, see ya on home street.
When we return, Dr. Selner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
We'll be right back right after that.